Hey guys, my name is Farhan. Wanted to take you through a quick what's in my case, all the stuff that I carry with me for different reasons. I feel some of that might even be able to help you along your journey to be a better pool player. First things first, I have a lot of stuff. I've had three, four cases previously, but I found that this one, the Predator Urbaine, uh, fits my needs the best. It has this huge pocket for all the stuff that I need to hold, as well as three butts and five shafts capacity. And then it has a nice, good padding on the back, as well as this nice backpack strap. So I use this for travel. I use this to take me day to day from pool hall to pool hall. Next, onto the shooting material. Um, the superstar right here is the Cuetec Cynergy, the Shane Van Boning edition. I got it with the extension, which is vital. Some places you go, they might have a bridge. Some places you go, they might not have a bridge. But the extension helps you get that extra couple of inches that you need. In addition to the extension, I always recommend carrying a moose head or like a bridge head, and you can fit that on your breaker. I have that just deeper in my case. Um, so I got the 12.5 because I feel that that's a good fit for my hand size, as well as some of the things that I need the cue ball to do. I play a lot of rotation games. Personally, for me, I feel the larger tip size allows me to impart more spin, hit the cue ball with larger surface area. And then an important thing for me, when I first got this cue, there's only three or four carbon fiber cues. What I wanted for myself was a larger ferrule, the white part, which is the white part between the tip and the shaft. And when I was down on the ball, I could see that white part more prominently than with the other two cue companies that I was choosing in between. Um, that being said, I do have the Mezz Ignite shaft, which I do like a lot as well. But I keep this mainly for one pocket play now. I just like the texture of the wood. It gives me a little bit of sensation when I'm trying to move the cue ball around, some better feedback. But overall, I do like the consistency of the carbon fiber shaft. So I play with the carbon fiber day to day. One of the added benefits for me is with the carbon fiber shaft, I can leave it in my car. I'm not really worried about warpage. I can put it through a lot of abuse in terms of like the elements. And here in Canada, we all know it gets very cold. So, wood tends to expand and contract, not as much as carbon fiber. That's one of the reasons I prefer to shoot with a carbon fiber cue. It doesn't change the feel of your tendencies around the table. If temperature is different, you just warm it to the normal temperature, and you get that same feedback with the carbon fiber. Okay, on to the jump cue. I use the Cuetec Propel. This was actually a gift that was handed down to me. But I also found that this is probably one of the yeah, top two, top two jump cues. Just nice girthy 14 millimeter shaft, and that lets you impart a lot of impact on the surface area of the cue ball, which gets it clear of the obstruction ball, I should say. Very handy, and one thing that I like is that they have one of these smaller extensions. Um, Long screw. This is quite heavy, and if you put together these two, you're able to hit the dart stroke very easily. With this, you're able to hit the sidearm or the underhand strokes a little bit better. Okay, on to my brake cue. Um, I use the Mezz Dual Force. This is actually both a jump and a brake cue. Um, I like this for different reasons. I know I have a brake cue. I know I have a jump cue, but this actually hits the dart stroke a little bit better. And the reason is because the length of the total shaft and the jump butt is shorter. The balance point, which is right about here, it's before the screw. With the other one, it's a little bit further back. So for those reasons, I sort of like this for the dart stroke. And the object ball and the obstruction ball cue ball are a little closer. So I keep this around, and For me, it hits the 10 ball break great, hits the 8 ball break great. I actually prefer to use a playing cue for the cut breaks. The reason is because I'm able to impart a better stroke, and when I get feeling when I feel the pressure, the playing shaft, it has way less error than the phenolic tips that are on these brake shafts. So for those reasons, any 9 ball brake that I'm hitting with a cut, especially like the new match room, that I definitely don't like using the brake cue. But 10 ball, oh my goodness, it hits it great. Just pop squat. Onto some accessories. I keep this signed autograph from Efren for good luck. A coworker got this for me, so it's a very important memento for me. I keep this in the back of the case just in case I ever see him. I haven't met him in person. I keep a variety of chalks with me. The reason is I've experimented through all of them. Mostly I use the Master's chalk. I find this the most inexpensive option, the most readily available option. However, I do like the Pagulayan chalk a lot. The reason is because it gives you the same benefits of the Tom chalks, but the Tom chalks are circular, and I don't like that aspect of it because if you drop it, you're chasing around like a ping pong ball almost. With this one, it's a square, so like when it falls, it lands just like a normal chalk, like a master's chalk would. I've also tried, the Predator chalks, the Kamui chalks, but all in all, my day-to-day chalk would be the Master's chalk, and if it's a special occasion, like Alex is in town, I'll probably use the Alex Pagulayan chalk. Onto the gloves. I had a chance to try all kinds of different gloves. What I ended up doing was I ordered my own set of gloves, and I just put some branding on it, which is Saga Fats, my Instagram channel. I found this to be a very economical choice because I go through a lot of gloves. I wear them. My hand size is like XL, so I get through a lot of gloves very quickly. And in this way, I can have a fresh glove every month, and it will cost me less than one every quarter. So I keep this glove. I recommend a glove to anybody who's playing pool, as long as you don't want to look like a serious player. But if you want to look like a serious player, if you want to have that competitive edge, the glove is so important. Uh, you know, the room that you're playing in, um, the cleanliness of the table, the residue on your shaft, all these different things come into play when it's just your bare hand. And then, you're down on the ball, you're stroking, you're thinking about, oh man, my cue doesn't feel that great, or oh man, I'm sweating. I hope it's not on my cue. You hear the squeak of your skin against the shaft. All that gets eliminated with just a simple glove. And that's like such a mental edge. That's a competitive edge too. Um, the gloves really help. Yeah, I have about 200 of these, so got them for a good price. Next is another great investment, which is a template rack, or some people call it the magic rack. Very handy. Oftentimes, pool rooms don't have them, or they can get quite expensive depending on the branding or the type. But very important to keep these so you can get a consistent rack. And if you're practicing your break or if you're having a match, it's important to carry this around. Also, some tournaments they allow for a magic rack, but if you don't have one, you get to use the triangle. This does give you a little bit of a competitive edge. It reduces the randomness of the money ball, like the 9 ball or the 10 ball. It tends to keep it in center with a fair rack, so that can also improve things for your chances. I carry some Visine with me. I wear contacts, so this just helps me after like 3-4 hours of pool. I just put a few drops of this, and my eyes are back to normal. With contacts, it can get very dry. Um, this should be a common sense trick, but I realized it very late in my game through a video that Anthony Beeler did, and so since then I just carry one of these all the time. Next, I introduced this when I was 30. It's not what it looks like. It's actually I don't know what to call it. It's a methanol gel. So when your muscle groups get kind of achy, you just rub this on. It's just like an ointment, like Icy Hot or Rub A535. It's its own formulation, its own branding. But anyways, this is a roller. You just rub it on, and after a few seconds, it does its trick. So when I turned 30, which was very recently, I ended up needing this because, after a couple hours of playing pool, you feel it in your neck. You might even feel it in your tricep, depending on your grip, in your forearm, different things. But I really like this for the longer durations. And then lastly, I do keep a tripod with me, which I'm using to film, and a GoPro, which sometimes I need to record my matches, or if I want to do a video for you guys, or I'm recording a training session looking at certain mechanics. It's a very small thing. I can just put it anywhere. It's very incognito. It doesn't necessarily look like a camera, so it just helps me, improve my game a little bit further if I'm recording in a corner and just seeing what I can do to improve my game. I'd highly recommend one of these. Get a heavy memory card because let's say you're recording your matches; those can go on for hours, and you might need your phone for your own purposes. So very handy to have. But yeah, that's about it. That's mostly what's in my case. Do have a few little knickknacks here and there. But yeah, what's not here is my moose head and some training tools that I use. The training tools I keep kind of at home because they're delicate, and the moose head, I mostly practice in good facilities, so I don't really need to carry it around with me, but in case I am traveling, I do pack that with me. Yeah, that's everything that's in my case. Hope you enjoyed this video.